Welcome back to Martinsville at 22 laps, one change among the top 5. Dale Earnhardt Jr. has passed Bobby Hamilton for second place. Let's have a look at it.
Looks like he gets a nose under him coming down the straightaway here, and I think Bobby lets him go because he saw that Dale was a little quicker than he was. And by the same token, Dale has driven off and left him, so that was a good move on Bobby Hamilton's part.
The worst thing you can do here is run side by side.
Oh, yeah, and Schrader's got a flat tire. Schrader's wobbling around here.
Now
left rear.
The only entrance to pit road is at turn 2. Schrader trying to get low. He can't get down, can't get inside, so he cannot pit.
Here he comes. Here he comes.
I'm sorry, turn 3. The exit is at turn 2.
He's going to lose a lot of time. He'll go in pit road right here, 35 miles an hour.
He's going to lose a lot of air. He's going to lose time, sheet metal. That's going to be a bad break.
The only thing that saved him is his pit box was real near the entrance of pit road, so that kept him from having to go all the way down pit road.
You know, we've run 25 laps. Pretty clean so far. Nobody beating on anybody yet. But that's because, here we go, got a caution, probably some debris off of Schrader's car, I'd say.
Now, since they went to one, they used to pit on both sides of this racetrack, front and back stretch. There is the debris on the speedway.
Yeah, that's the panels and all. I think it beat out probably crushed panels out of Schrader's car. What I was going to say was that we haven't had much action so far, Mike, because every crew chief spotter's telling everybody to take care of your car. Don't beat the nose in and don't use up your brakes. Ooh, he's on fire up under there.
That left rear is aflame.
That's probably brake ducts and stuff.
And if we were at most racetracks, 26 laps, pit road would be crowded, but you can about trust me, those leaders up front, they will not dare give up track position.
This is not a good, that's his brake hoses is on fire, and he needs to get that put out. That's right back there by the fuel cell.
On fire. All right, left rear is on fire. You're going to have to run around here and get a hose. That left rear is on fire.
He went 3 laps down through all that. That just shows you how fast they're moving around this place. We have a few guys at the back of the field that's pitted, but everybody up front stayed out.
Come on, come on.
Trying to get Schrader to a fire extinguisher.
Boy, he needs to too. That's all right. Around the rear, the fuel cell back there.
Here, pull right in here to take it out. In there, don't run over nobody.
He's melting M&Ms right off the side of that thing.
Straight in, straight in. All right, fire extinguisher out now. Fire extinguisher out.
Hope it stops. It does.
Okay, now. Okay, let's go.
Put it out. Well, they didn't put it out.
They didn't either.
Oh, jeez. Tough day for Kenny Schrader. That's the way things go here at Martinsville. That M is charbroiled. That's Kenny Schrader's car, and they've got it on a jack stand on pit road with mechanics working underneath it.
That's a shadow of Schrader right there.
Let's first show you. This was the initial contact between, well, not that one, this one, between Kyle Petty and Kenny Schrader. Right there. It took about 4 or 5 laps for that tire to finally deflate.
There it goes.
And then when it went down,
there it goes.
Kenny had to come all the way around before he could get onto pit road, and damage resulted.
And these tires do not run an inner liner because it's a short track, and Dick Berggren can tell us a little more.
Can you spell mess? That's what Schrader's got right now. He is having a really tough time breathing inside the car because so much fire extinguisher material has been used here. And this tire, that's what it is. It's a tire that's all wrapped around the rear end housing, continues to smolder and burn. So Schrader keeps adjusting his face mask. He keeps working on his air hose to try to get clean, fresh air. To Matt.
Well, Dick, we were talking earlier about gear choices, and Larry, I spoke with Mike Beam this morning. They went a little more conservative. They went with the same gear they had last year. They went with a 633. And how they came up with that decision, Roy McCulley, the chief engineer, Mike Beam, and Ricky Craven all took a pen and wrote in their hands what gear they thought they should run. They opened their hands. 33 was the choice.
This restart, a bad break for Steve Park and Frank Kimmel. They were judged not to have beaten the caution paddle, but they couldn't come around to line up next to the lead car on that final pace lap before we went green.
Now, having been down there for the last couple of days, here's what I've learned. A lot of these guys are pulling a 33 gear, but they also have overdrive or underdrive in this case, where they can switch into a different gear, a third gear, and they will have a 650 gear. So you have the option to run the 33 at times, shift into third gear, run a 50.
All right, I want to see Terry Labonte lead a lap. I think all America wants to see Terry Labonte lead a lap. It's been more than a year since he's done so. He qualified well, trying to pass Rusty Wallace here on the outside.
Has a brand new race car here. They've been running brand new race cars about every week.
And
Tough sledding, though, Darrell, on the outside.
The reason that they've been running new cars is because Terry told me that he felt like in the last year or two, we got bottleneck over here off of turn 2.
Yeah.
Cars are
Jimmy Johnson was in trouble, and everybody ran up into him.
It's ignition. His ignition failed. He's switching boxes, and here he goes again.
That's exactly what it is.
Oh, Rusty, turn 1. Rusty slid way up the racetrack and almost didn't get back down.
Inside, one
Ricky
more.
Craven was coming right through there, almost coming right down into the 32 car Ricky Craven.
That, I don't know what happened to Rusty. That if he had contact with Tony Stewart or if he just went in too deep, but that had concrete written all over it for a while there. Let's see what happened here.
Oh, Tony gets a run on him, and Tony thinks he's going to give him some room, and it just didn't happen.
And it didn't look like Rusty knew he was there either.
Probably knew he was there, but probably wasn't going to give him any room. Just follow up on Terry Labonte. He told me the last couple of years he thought their cars, their design, their changes that they made in their cars, he and DeHart wasn't working for him. He and Jimmy Long are getting along a lot better. They're communicating a lot better, and they're building new cars the way Terry likes them.
Went off that good run at Texas last week. Good top 10 finish. And just real quickly to update you under that caution, and pretty much what happened is what we anticipated. Every car from about 26th place back pitted. That's how Frank Kimmel and Steve Park got trapped in the pits by the pace car. Now, they're already on different agendas from the leaders. Darrell, what those guys want is this race to go about 30 or 40 laps. Another caution, they'll stay out because the leaders have to pit. We're going to see that all day long. People on different pit strategies and different pitting agendas.
Ricky Craven, there is the separation to race leader Jeff Gordon, 3.3 seconds pretty much.
You know, Dale, just to go back to that gear deal just for a second, yeah, people have put like a 33 gear in,
right,
and your third, that's for 1-to-1 in 4th gear. Then your third gear is like maybe a 118. What happens when that car on fresh tires, you can stand that lower gear because the rear wheels will hook up. But once it starts sliding around, then you go to that higher gear and it'll help the rear tires.
Well, you're right, Larry. And Dale Jr. just drove off in the corner there, and he almost ran the back of Bobby Hamilton, and he locked it up and slid way up the hill. But that is really good thinking, and I would have never thought about that, coming here with that gear selection that way. Gives you the best of both worlds.
The only thing you have to be careful when you're in 3rd gear and not 1-to-1, a lot of heat is being generated. Not as much maybe in the transmissions that we have now. Here we go, Ricky Craven in that 32 car. This is a battle with Terry Labonte. This is a battle for 8th.
And if you watch Craven's car, how it accelerates up off the corner, he's in that 650 gear mode right now. When he gets in clear sailing, he'll pull it back into the 633 gear mode and cruise. See if we can see what happened to Dale Jr. down here. It looked like he was coming in here too hot, and he locked up the brakes, and yeah.
Bobby Hamilton in the 55 gets fired.
Jeff Gordon with Bobby Hamilton now in second, about 1 second back.